What's going on, folks? Welcome to another edition of Pardon the Brickruption. I'm Mel. That's the champ. What's going on, my good friend?
Yo. It's fall, man.
Mhm.
It's fall. I think tomorrow is the official start of fall, or is today, I think, the official start of fall.
Okay.
That's it. Summer came and went. So now we are in the fall season. I'm excited, man. I got a few things lined up.
Yeah.
But I'm always on social media. I'm always looking at stuff, and these last few weeks have been kind of rough.
Yeah.
Kind of rough being on social media, man.
It's been interesting. And I'll go ahead and lay down on the sword since you don't. A lot of things in social media we have seen. A lot of close friends kind of like they kind of I guess opening the gap between us and them. And so that means that they kind of spreading some distance, for the layman's terms, spreading some distance between us, because they got different opportunities and new opportunities. And that's good. That's all good and done. That's good and well. Well and good. When you get opportunities, you move forward. You can't take everybody with you, and so maybe they're not taking me and Corey with them. So, and that's understandably, but because once we have our opportunities, we're not gonna take you with us either.
I mean, when I got an opportunity to go back on TV, what did I do?
Yeah,
I could have kept that. Could have kept it to myself.
Yeah, but you brought people with you.
I brought people with me. And at the end of the day, man, got to bring people with you, man. You gotta remember where you came from, because guess what? When all those lights are off, when all those other people left, what you gonna have?
Nothing. Yeah, it's just you at the end of the day. It's good to see you wear your Eagles green. The Eagles just won. It's Sunday, so the Eagles won. So, it's good to see you wear your green, because that was a very exciting game. And it's good to see you on the winning side for a change.
Listen, I'm not even rooting for them. But you know what? I don't got much. Like Jets, I saw parts of the Jets. Okay. It looked like they were going to win that game.
Yeah, they did.
So, okay, they did. Okay, so listen, man. I'm actually a Green Bay fan, because when I was growing up, everybody was either Giants, or they were Jets, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be different, and I'm gonna be Green Bay.
Okay.
So, but Giants and Jets, they trash.
Yeah, just my hot garbage, friend.
They're hot garbage.
Yep. And that's the wrong color green for Green Bay.
And the proximity to where I live, I'm closer to Philly. So.
I knew it, son. I knew you had potential. I knew it.
Broke me in.
All right. First up, It is Bricklink. So I had a couple days ago. It was Thursday. I made an order to my good friend Clutch. Bricks on a dollar. Shout out. And because I do that because he's able to get my order and then send it right back to me and send it like really overnight.
Okay.
And another guy does that. I think it's a Heartbreaker too. Is that right? Yeah, he does the same thing.
Yeah, that's my guy.
So, and they're close. So if they do it overnight, you get it like basically almost like the next day.
Yeah.
So Thursday, I make the order, and then I go back and I add a little bit more, right? And it's sent, right? And then it gives you alert that that they send the invoice to you. So I go ahead and pay the invoice and stuff like that. And then I went back just to check it, and then this whole new thing just appears on the screen, asks me for the year of my birth. So I put it in. It asked me, do I have a Bricklink account? Yeah, I got a Bricklink account. I logged on to Bricklink. What do you mean? I freaking put my Bricklink information in. It says error. We can't, process this request at this time. What? What do you mean? and I do it like not once, twice, 3 times, because I'm like, I'm getting, I'm a little old, so I'm like, maybe I'm forgetting my maybe I forget my stuff. So I'm going back and I'm looking. I'm putting the right stuff in. I know I'm putting the right stuff in. It's not letting me in, bro. It's not.
And then you in.
And it's all got to do with Lego trying to merge your Insider's Points account with this Bricklink account, which is honestly, I think it's a bad idea. Good intentions, but I think this is a bad idea. They can't even get it off the ground because on the first day you already had hiccups and the whole thing was shut down. So think about it. If you're a Bricklink seller,
Yeah.
a whole 24 hours you're not able to get any sales because the users, the buyers, can't log on. That's a loss.
Big time loss.
You
It
know,
defeats the purpose.
right?
So I don't know if you remember, but I'm old enough to remember last year there was an issue with Bricklink where it got hacked.
Mm-hmm.
And Bricklink was down for quite a few days.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe a week or so,
Yeah.
but it was down for a few days. And we saw a frenzy. Like people were in the middle of, commissions and it got shut down. People who depend on Bricklink as a entrepreneur, as a storefront, shut down. And all of this stuff is happening as soon as Bricklink started to integrate with Lego.
Yeah.
Now, a couple years ago, Lego bought Bricklink. So Lego owns Bricklink. It's not not its own private entity.
Yeah.
It belongs to Lego. So in a way, I understand from the business perspective, you want to make sure that people are going to Lego. You want to make sure that traffic that usually goes to Bricklink is going through Lego, and all that data is being processed. And we were talking about this before we went on, how a lot of this is about numbers.
Yeah.
So if Lego's getting a certain amount of numbers to their pick a brick, because usually if you're on Bricklink, you're not on for sets. You're mostly on for parts.
Yeah.
So your Bricklink is where you go for your parts. Lego, you really don't go to Lego pick a brick because they don't have everything on that.
No,
you can go on to Bricklink and get stuff that is retired, get stuff that only came out in a certain set. You got to pay an extra penny for it, but at least you got it.
It's available. Yeah,
it's available. Exactly. Right. So I'm with you on this. I think the intent makes sense. Execution, it's hard. It's really hard to shut something like this down. A lot of people depend on Bricklink. It's hard to shut it down for a long period of time because you're messing with people's money. And when you start messing with people's money, they start looking at other avenues to make that money. So,
and I hate to say it. I think things like, I don't know, the Brick Owl will come to the forefront because the Brick Owl hasn't been owned by Lego yet, right?
Right.
So I think all the Bricklink sellers will probably move their inventory over to the Brick Owl at this point. Because here's the thing is that the integration, if it's integration, right? Bricklink has a different catalog system than Lego, right? And they basically, like, the catalog system, the numbers of the parts are different. And so, like, what happens at that point, you have to categorize each, well, not categorize, but you have to recatalog these numbers so that they fit under one system. That's confusing.
Very much.
So at that point, as a seller, it's like, man, look, for years I've been cataloging my parts like this, and now I got to reorganize the numbers and stuff like that, and now I got to basically relearn my inventory through different numbers. I'm gonna just move my stuff over to Brick Owl.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure as a business owner, you want to make sure that your business is running smoothly. And if you're getting confusion, or if the customers are getting confusion because of Lego, this is not hurting Lego's business, because Lego's business is always going to thrive. This is hurting the Bricklink side. So, I mean, it's up and running now, but I'll be honest, it's kind of annoying because now every time I go in, I have to put in what year I was born.
Here's the
thing.
And
every time I gotta refresh the cookies and all that stuff. I'm like, bro, it wasn't as hard.
Is it really running? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, like, as of right now, from Thursday to it's Sunday, from Thursday to Sunday, I hate the data show like this, but from Thursday to Sunday, I still haven't gotten onto my account because it's telling me there's some error, and I don't know what it is.
You know what they're gonna say, right? They're gonna say is user error. That's what they're going.
Let me tell you what it says. I screenshot it because I knew you was gonna say that. I knew you was gonna say that. I screenshot the error. It says right here. It says, I put my. I'm not gonna show you because I don't want nobody to try to take over my joint. So, like, I'm old, but I ain't that old. I know wise enough. But when I log in, it says unable to sign into Bricklink account. We have encountered an unexpected error on the server. So I'm putting in everything right. It's icebergs _ bricks. That's my username. I ain't gonna tell you what my password is. I'm smarter than that.
Listen, I'm not customer service.
But
not customer service.
I get that unable. This is what I get. I get that unable to sign into Bricklink account. We have encountered an unexpected error on the server. What does that mean? And I've been getting this since Thursday, bro. Since Thursday. So I can't get in on my account to buy anything, to even populate like for instance, today I saw this build on Rebrickable that I wanted to build. It's a modular, it look awesome. So I paid the $4 for instructions. And then you're gonna populate the pieces into your Bricklink account. Go to my Bricklink account, and then this this matrix pops up on the Bricklink, and I can't. They telling me red pill or blue pill. I can't go down the rabbit hole. It won't even let me go down the rabbit hole. You see what I'm saying? Like they won't even let me.
And that's the thing, man. It's again, you want to be successful in business, and I get what Lego is trying to do, but they're causing customers like yourself to get frustrated. And it's easy just to move your membership over to Brick Owl, but then again, Brick Owl, those prices are tough in Brick Owl. It's hard to really justify it. It's like, do I just wait until Bricklink get the stuff together, or do I go ahead and bite the bullet and buy this thing? Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Bricklink. At the end of the day, man, we want to save money, man. We don't want to lose money.
Lego, I love you. I love you to death, Lego, but you got me in a chokehold. Loosen up just a little bit, baby. Just loosen up a bit. Let brother breathe.
Let brother breathe. Listen, at the end of the day, man, get on the phone with some people. You have some friends who are connected to Bricklink, man. Let's see what they can do for you. Let's see what they can do for you. All right. So moving on from the Bricklink fiasco, we're gonna talk about another type of fun fiasco that took place in Skaerbaek. Well, not even Skaerbaek, in Denmark. Denmark, Billund, Denmark, which is the headquarters and the place of all wonder, which is known as the Lego headquarters. We have finally got the reveal. We talked about it a couple months back. The Lego Master Academy last week was the grand opening. And sure enough, there was fan frenzy. It was a lot of activities, a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of familiar faces that was actually present there. If you were on social media and you're following the Lego house, you saw all of the cool things that were going on. There were interviews. There was a red carpet. It was really, really swanky. It was really swanky.
Yes.
And then you saw the familiar faces. Some Lego masters from across the globe was present there. Every Lego master, not every Lego master, but most of the Lego countries that have Lego masters were present. And it looked like a great time, man. But how did you think? How did you think it went from where you were sitting?
Brother, I wish I could tell you, but I'm sitting here in this podcast next to you. I'm not over there, and neither are you.
No,
and I am gonna crack the piggy bank. I'm gonna smash this piggy bank, and it's gonna make some people frown. And
okay.
I get that. But nobody that looks like you was over there representing Lego Masters. Lego Masters. That's exactly what I said. Nobody that looks like you or me representing the Lego Masters in this Lego Masters Academy was over there last week or this week. And the social media people of land are that's a different group.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Lego Masters group.
Yeah.
And so nobody that looked like you or me was there to represent. Everybody else was. And here's the thing. Where I'm getting off this train is that you had a Lego Master that didn't make the finals that was over there representing, US Lego Masters. And they weren't a cup winner, but you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. none of the other cup winners from the US were over there. Crystal was, and this person was, but you wasn't. And I just it's hard to understand what was the motive or the criteria with inviting Lego Masters, because you see Henry and Kay were there. Henry and Kay won multiple times, hands
Yeah,
down, no argument.
makes sense. Yeah,
It
makes
had
sense.
other cup winners there, hands down,
Mhm.
no argument.
Right.
But then you had this one person that didn't win. They wasn't in the final. They're there.
Yeah.
Why? Make it make sense.
Um, it's hard to make things make sense in the Lego world, in Lego Masters world. I'll give you an example. Last year, there were a few red carpets that were going on. There was a few events that was going on, and the same people were there.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, it kind of made sense. Proximity. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of stuff was happening in California on the West Coast. We're on the East Coast. Not a
Yeah.
lot of things going on over here, except for the thing that happened in Times Square where there was no invite as well. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
It it's hard to really rationalize it to say, okay, well, it's because of you know uh, relevancy.
Yeah.
For one person, you know, they're the second winner of our series on Lego
Mhm.
Masters Holiday Special. I'm the last one. I'm
Right.
the most recent.
Right.
And there was no cordial invite.
No.
Um, and then you look at the regular season. I mean, you have the regular season winners, but I'm sure they have their reasons. Hey, who knows? They may not have gotten any invite.
Right.
So it kind of puts you in a weird headspace. At least myself, it puts me in a weird headspace. Like, okay, well, maybe I rubbed someone the wrong way, or maybe my content is not aligned with Lego. But then you start to think about it. Okay, well, I run a business
Mm-hmm.
and where I teach kids how to
Yeah.
build with Lego. I
Right.
go to schools
Mm-hmm.
where what we're building Lego.
Right.
I'm with multiple conventions, and these conventions are building Lego. So
Yeah.
my entire persona is Lego centric.
Right.
So it's like, why wouldn't the extension be sent to this individual? Um, there's really no justification for it, and I've run out of reasons to really make up to where, okay, this is why I didn't get that invite. And
Right.
to be honest with you, I'm kind of sick of hearing myself talk about it. So it's
Yeah.
like at this point, um, I'm not looking for that anymore from them, because they've shown time and time again where they put their eggs in a
Yeah.
certain basket.
Yeah.
And more power to them. That's their right.
Right.
If that's where you want to go, that's where you want to go.
Yeah.
But I was always taught that you're not going to fit in everywhere. So you need to create your own.
Right.
And then you just fit in where you fit in.
Right.
So that's my mentality.
Yeah, but I mean, like, at the same time, it's a crying shame, because it's like, you we teach our kids to be the best model citizens that they could ever be, and have these values and everything like that, but at the same time, we don't follow the same stuff we preach it to our kids. And I feel like that's what's happening here, is that they want you to be a part of this brand, and we accepted that, and we signed off on it, and we're
Mhm.
going to do everything that, to stay within the scope of things. And granted, there's so much people to give loaves of breads out to, and you give the loaves of bread. Some people get two loaves of breads, and one person hadn't got one. And
Yeah.
so my thing is that you have to fix this, because if we're being inclusive, and we'll get to another topic too, but we're being inclusive about this, that word again, we're being inclusive about what are we really doing, like, what I mean, like, before a grand opening such as the Lego Masters Academy, right? And you have what I would do if I was in charge of it. What I would want to do is have all of the winners from each country or whatever. At least pick two of the winners, or pick two of the winners, people that were in the finals, like
Right.
the two winners. Even if it ain't the same pair or one pair, you won one season, this person won the other season. Okay, cool. I got two from that country. I got two from that country. All cup winners, because it's supposed to be the most prestigious thing, right? It's the Lego Masters Academy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you didn't see that.
No. And it's interesting because we were talking briefly about wrestling before, and I'll just mention this. I was watching this thing, in this documentary about WCW, and I'm not gonna go deep in this rabbit hole, but Booker T. So we know who Booker T is, five time, that whole thing.
Yeah.
So there was an actor who came on to promote a movie, and they made him champion. And he became champion and everything like that. He came to the back room in the back area locker room, and he told Booker, he was like, "Book, yo, I just won the title. I'm so happy. How much times have you won the title?" Booker T said, "I never won it." And he's been in the company for years, never won the title. And this is an actor who's never paid his dues, got the most prestigious title in the game. And for Booker T, he felt bad for that, because it's like, yo, how much more work do I have to really put out? How much more do I have to show and prove that I'm worthy to be in this circle, that I'm worthy to be, recognized for my accolades? How much longer do I have to do that? And we all ask that same question, because we're on a show called Lego Masters, and by all right, they could have said, "Hey, this is what we want. This is our demographic, and these are the people that we're going to put in our demographic." They didn't have to open the door to any of us.
True.
So I want to make that very clear. They didn't have to open the door to any of us, but they did. And a lot of us, we've reached to a far level and everything like that. I'm not trying to pat my own back or toot my own horn, but we all reached a certain level. I made it past that level. I mean, even though it was a holiday special, I was able to do that. And what have I seen behind that? Nothing. So, you have to ask those questions. And at the end of the day, it was a great grand opening. It looked like a lot of fun. It looked like a lot of people from around the area came in, and they had a great time. The Lego Masters were able to walk in there and actually participate. So all in all, it's a great experience. And I'm sure each and every one of those people that were there had a great time.
Yeah, no doubt. That, and attached with the Skaerbaek weekend, that you still have the, all the land, social media representation are there, and they will experience that, that new feature of Lego House as well. Me and you we'll do what they do. We'll shave some conventions down and save our pennies to go to Skaerbaek next weekend. Next year.
I'm like, yeah.
I definitely want to go bad. That's probably why. But next year, and it seems like it to be at the end of September, so we'll mark it off on our calendar for next year.
Yeah,
and we'll go and experience it.
Absolutely.
But my experience as a law enforcement officer, even in academy, they teach you a lot of stuff, right? They tell you about, morals that you should already have and stuff like that. But they teach you about self-gratification is the best gratification, because nobody else is going to give you your roses but you. Nobody else is going to self-promote but you.
Yeah.
And so I think that the best gratification you can ever get is the gratification you give yourself when you go out and reach out to those kids, knowing that you are creating communities. Corey has created a community in all over Jersey. And so like and using Lego as the byproduct. But and I think that if that's the ceiling that you hit, then you just hit the ceiling, and that's that's the end game.
But I don't believe in ceilings.
Yeah.
I don't believe in ceilings. And if there's a ceiling, guess what? There's another building that's taller that I can go. And that building will take me even higher. So that's what it's all about.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Next up, 40th anniversary. Corey, you got the glow, man. You've been doing a lot of bills for the Last Dragon, and that's the culture, because we do it for the culture. That's
the culture,
right?
That's right.
The 80s, if you don't want to talk about the 80s, was a specific time where people create stuff, right? And you see a lot of Black artists that were into martial arts, and this was one of the movies that they made. It was a low budget film, but it was perfect for its time. And you have an event that will cap off for the 40th anniversary of the making of this film. Please tell us.
Yes. So The Last Dragon, Barry Gordy, Last Dragon. 1985. That movie was released. It is a cult classic.
Yes.
Anyone who it was into kung fu, was into martial arts back in the 80s, early 90s, this is the movie that everyone knew. Everyone knew who Shonuff was. Everyone knew who Bruce Leroy was. And this movie was just amazing. Had Vanity. Vanity was in it. Goddess, absolute goddess in the 80s, there was a lot of great actors who was on this in this project, and they're doing a 40th anniversary right here in New York City in Times Square, the Regal movie theater. So I had reached out to the because I was going to look for tickets. I was going to buy tickets and go there as a I just wanted to go there because I'm a big fan and everything like that. And I reached out and I said, hey, listen, I'm a big fan of this movie, but I have some TV experience. I was on Lego Masters season 1, and I was on the recent holiday special, and I won. So I'm a Lego master, and I had posted some of my work online for the movie, and it kind of went viral in a way. So I was wondering, is there an opportunity for me to be involved in the celebration? They say, hey man, we saw your work, we love your work. Fill out this form and you win. I said, oh, okay. Yeah. So, so I'm going to be there on October 25th.
It's my birthday.
It's birthday. Look at that. So I'm going to show y'all. So this is one of the items I'm going to be bringing.
Okay.
This is Shonuff. This is what has been getting a lot of buzz online in the culture.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Lego community. Is in the culture. The culture has been loving this, has been liking this, and I've been putting in a lot of work, making sure that everything looks accurate.
Yes.
The face, the hair, the ponytail, all of that good stuff, man.
Yeah.
And recently I just posted this one as well, so I'm gonna hold this one up too. And it's my Bruce Leroy.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And that dude's gonna be in the place, bro. That dude's gonna be in the place.
He's gonna be in the place. And not only that, when I posted it, he liked it. He was like, yeah, he liked the look. So that's a good look, man. So these are my biggest I guess figures that I've ever built. Most of my figures are a little bit smaller than this, but I wanted to make sure that they're somewhat accurate as far as detail, skin tone and everything like that, because skin tone is important.
Yes.
So these two are going to be on display. I'm going to have my trophy with me. Travis is going to be in the building.
All right.
So Travis will be with me. I'm going to have a few stuff to sign off, sign some autographs and stuff like that. And I'm going to be in the celebrity wing. So there will be some celebrities that were in the movie, some other celebrities, and it's called Urban. I think it's Urban Cinema. That's the name of the company. So this is a company that is bringing back and celebrating all of the art that we have put out into the world, and we're just celebrating these different triumphs. And it's been 40 years for this movie, and this movie is still very loved by a community, by a culture. So I'm just really happy I'm able to be a part of it. A movie that I grew up watching as a kid. I'm going to be rubbing shoulders with some of these celebrities that were part of the movie, part of this culture, and I want to make sure that the only Black Lego Master champion is in the building.
Yeah.
And I got 2 of my pieces of work that's going to showcase why I'm a champion and why I'm in this building. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
And you got your brother with you, man. Kudos to you for bringing him back to the culture, bringing him back to Lego. He was on a hiatus for a bit, but I'm glad you brought him back to the brick, back to the squares, man. Like, and that's huge, man.
I got to, man. At the end of the day, man, it is back to what we talked about, man. Nobody's going to give us opportunities. This is not something that Lego said, hey, Corey, we got this thing. This thing is happening. Do you want to be a part of it? Lego didn't call my number. Lego didn't call me to say, give me this opportunity. I had to go out there and get it myself. Yeah. And how did I do that? I put out the work, I posted the work, and let the work speak for itself. Yeah. And I always go back to that post, because that post spoke everything I needed to know about this community. And as much as I love this Lego community, when I look at the analytics, 98% of the people who liked it was not followers.
Yeah.
tells me one thing: they weren't part of the Lego community. These were people outside of the Lego community, inside of the Black culture, kung fu culture, martial arts culture, that liked my post.
Right.
And that says everything you need to say about this community. But you know, no hard feelings and everything like that. It's just not everybody's cup of tea. But this is someone's cup of tea, and a lot of people's cup of tea. They definitely loved it. So I appreciate all the love when it comes to that.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
All right, now we're leaving the glow. We're leaving the glow of New York City, and we're going to make our way down to around the southern area of North America, which is called Mexico. And this is what we're going to be talking about. This is just speculation, folks. We don't know.
Speculations.
We're just two guys just talking about Lego. We don't know.
We saw on the interwebs.
Interwebs, you know, the launch of Day of the Dead. Launch of Day of the Dead honored in Mexico. Now, this is a very small set, but it is celebrating Day of the Dead. And this is a really, really big thing in the Mexican culture. You know, this is something that, you know, they honor and they cherish every year. We had a few builds on Lego Master from season 3 with Tacos and Michelle. Michelle being Mexican descent, they did I think it was for their bull ride. They did something that commemorated Day of the Dead. So, you know, this is something that is very interesting that Lego is doing this, but it's not shocking if it makes sense, because we do something for the Chinese New Year's, the Lunar New Year's, right? We do stuff, and that's something that's cultural. So Lego is Lego hitting different cultures, or is it something else? What say you?
I think they are hitting different cultures, which is good because and they, you know, you put fillers out to see what communities you could tap into, right? Like you said, you got the Chinese New Year sets that are frequent every year, right?
Right.
They're probably in their maybe 4th set with the Chinese New Year, right?
Okay. Yeah.
4th or 3rd, maybe. They did once upon a time do a jazz quartet, which, you know, kind of honored some of the Black music history, right?
Yeah.
And now they are reaching out to the Mexican community, and partly too because they, you know, I'm sure they have a distribution center out there that helps them move their product around globally anyhow, right? So you get these global communities involved and you fit, you know, you do these sets to make them feel a part of the culture, right? Which is good. But here's the thing is that I just hope it's not like a one and done. Like we got the jazz quartet. Can you name something after? And that's been years, bro.
I can't.
Yes, it's been years. It's been years.
Yeah, it's been years. I mean, just I'm looking at the set, and I've heard from some people who are of Mexican descent. They don't like it.
Yeah, it's probably inaccurate to some point. It's probably inaccurate.
Probably inaccurate that it goes. You have to ask yourself the question: when the designing team was sitting down, did they just Google Day of the Dead, and then whatever popped up, they just went with that, or did they bring someone in, or did they ask someone, hey, or did a Zoom call like, hey, we're thinking about doing this set that is going to be of Mexican heritage. We know that you are a Mexican influencer. We would like your input in designing this set. Did they do that? Because this is not a full set. This is like one of those little sets that you could buy in the little island there in the Lego store, the little tiny sets.
Gift for purchase. That's what it looks like.
It looks like a gift for purchase. So, you know, you got to ask yourself the question, you know, how much input did they get from people of the Mexican culture? You know, and I mentioned her before, but Michelle, she's part of the land. She's in the land, and a lot of her content is in Spanish. She is, you know, a huge ambassador now for the Mexican culture. You know, they reach out to her, you know, to get some input. I don't know, but you know, I really don't have much to say about it because it's not my culture. So I can't say. I mean, it looks colorful. It looks nice. It looks like a nice small piece you could build, put up on your mantle. But if is it accurate to the Mexican culture? I have no idea. So, you know, we will know by the amount of people who comments on this. So
Yeah, I'm interested to see like the comments, and I want to see like the input from the Mexican community, or the Mexican Lego community, I should say.
Yeah.
I definitely want to see what they think about this set, and then at that point, do Lego pivot and leave it alone altogether, or do you withstand the storm and come out with something more accurate, that's better, more pleasing to this community? Because you got to think about, when you do culture sets, there it's very sensitive, right? It's like extremely sensitive when you do culture sets, because if one thing is off, like it could be very offensive.
Yeah, it's and then it goes back to whitewashing. It goes back to, well, does Lego actually care about our culture, or are they just trying to make a quick buck?
Yeah.
Lego they're riding the fence when it comes to that, and given the culture shift that's going on in America right now,
Mm-hmm.
where our culture, our history, our heritage is being erased, or being removed, or being moved out of public eye.
Yep.
That's happening right now.
Yep.
So Lego is either they put two toes down and they say we're gonna stand with this, or they're gonna be fading in the black and be like, yeah, you know what, we're gonna just wait until this administration leaves, and then we'll see if we can revisit that. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Who knows? Yep. It's up in the air.
It's up in the air.
So next speculation,
Okay.
F1 series. The F1 series, this is speculation only from the
Mm-hmm.
interwebs. This is what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
That Lego is contemplating making a F1 series racing helmet, and the first one will be no other than Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. You got
Mhm.
a few of those helmets up there on the top there with your Marvel stuff.
Yep.
So it makes sense for them to do a helmet that size.
Yes.
I don't see them doing a full series.
Mm-mm.
Um, I don't want to say that they're kind of missing the boat, because it's still kind of relevant. This
Mhm.
year would have probably been the better year to do that, seeing as though they have the collaboration with F1. Most of the speed champions that just came out is F1. They built that beautiful trophy for the F1 winner. So
Yes.
it kind of makes more sense to do this type of helmet this year as opposed to next year. But then again, to have Lewis Hamilton, it
Yep.
makes sense. I mean, for those who are part of that culture, who is part of F1, who loves F1, I haven't really sat down and watched F1.
Mhm.
I like the cars and everything. I just never sat and watched it.
It's a good movie. Your boy Brad Pitt, he really does this thing, and he
Okay.
does it for the old guys. He does. He does.
Yeah.
It's just like a Disney movie where Disney believe in long shots, right?
Yeah.
Remember the movie Secretariat? The Secretariat, with this long shot, like you had an undersized horse and an overweight,
Mhm.
jockey or whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they believe in long shot. And with that movie, it was, a dude Brad Pitt's age. You're pretty much like you're not getting in that car.
Yeah.
That car becomes a coffin at that point.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
so so
Exactly.
at that point he was defying all the odds, and it's a Disney movie. So
Always been a
but
beautiful story.
it's the icing on the cake with the cherry on top.
Right.
Because then you have, like you said, you got the Lego brand, and now the kids, like the F1 racing is for kids, right? F1
Mhm.
racing always meant for kids, because then they got the little league, like the little league F1 series, you get the F2, the F3, you got the go-kart racing to kind of teach the kids how to move forward with that,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
And the thing about it is, you latch onto a toy like Lego, to kind of like global, kind of reinforce your globalization there happening. Um, and so I say that because, like you said, this makes sense to do so, because, you're just giving more options to buy, F1 series Lego stuff other than cars. What else can you do? So,
Right.
everybody are collectors, and this is something for you to collect. So I think this is probably right up there.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be a hit. Just for that reason alone, it's collectible.
Hmm.
Somebody's gonna want that. They're gonna want to build that, put that on their mantle, put it next to their cars and everything like that. So It is a smart move. I think it should have been released December of 2025.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
We will see.
It's the end of speculations.
All right. So, ending speculations, and we're going to go into something a little different. Something that I observed, brought it to this man's attention: licensing. Licensing. Right. So, Lego, this past year, Lego has made announcements for so much licensing deals that they now have. They have a deal with Nike. We got some Nike sets. Pokemon. They talked about Pokemon's coming out next year. Yeah. Got everybody waiting for that. Star Trek. They recently just did a Star Trek vignette, right? They got the F1, right? So they're licensing with F1, a brand. Hardshell, book bags and bags. You got something there. Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Nintendo. I mean, yeah, they've had Nintendo, but now they're coming out with a Game Boy.
Yes, Sega. So
there is so much licensing. Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, that's another one that came back out, right? Wow. You have so much licensing that's going on. Wicked, popular movie. Yeah. So much licensing that's happening. Where is the creativity going? Right. So what do I mean by creativity? You had your dream sets. Dreams is not a brand to my knowledge. You have your creator 3-in-1 sets and everything like that. Yeah. At one point you had your video, Lego video.
Yeah. Yep.
Those are the sets where us as the builders, we enjoyed it because number one, is not part of any licensing, not part of any movies, not part of any brands. It's something totally creative, out of the blue. And you know, for us being on Lego Masters, we didn't have that opportunity. We didn't have that privilege to use something that was already in public knowledge as licensing. We had to create things from our mind. You and Jermaine made Legor. Yeah. That was out of your mind. You had to create something like that, right? Yeah. So I'm kind of nervous where Lego is going, because as much as I love these different licensing, and I'm loving the fact that we're going to be getting a Star Trek. I'm loving this fact that we're going to get a Game Boy. I'm loving the fact that we're going to get Pokemon very soon. I love that One Piece. One Piece just came out. These are different things that we already know in the overall world. So for you to design a set that incorporates that, I'm not saying it's easy, but you're not using much creativity to create the character, create the world and the lore. It's already been done for you. Yes. So is Lego losing that as we start to get more licensing? That's the question.
I think with licensing, you kind of need those sets that are like franchise, like for lack of better terms, the ones that are like popular, like the Disney stuff, like the Marvel, the DC stuff, all that stuff, right? And then it's funny because we're sitting here talking about them being creative and having, you know, more like, you know, creative sets or creative characters, when they give us a set that's DC or Marvel that's got nothing to do with nothing. Well, that nothing to do with nothing was the creativity. So okay. You know, so we are eating our words right now, because we were getting on them about them giving us sets that had nothing to do with the series of Marvel, or they had nothing to do with the series of DC or whatever. You know, you know, that set was like, you can't find it on any of the comic books or the shows. Yeah. You just can't find it because it doesn't exist. But that's the creativity that you've been asking for. So, but at the same time, you got a point. You want to see the creativity, because look, to my knowledge, you got these all-star designers, some from Lego Masters. We just seen one DJing at one of the daggone parties. And so what I want to know is, as a senior designer in Lego, is that where's the creativity? Forget the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, forget Batman, forget Superman, forget the Spidey and his friends, the whole Marvel universe. Give me a character, like you said, like Dreams. That's a good line. Give me another line, like the Dreams line, something that you make up off of the cuff, like, or other words, out of the blue. Yeah. You know, create a character out of the blue. And at that point, you know, then then go ahead and give me those sets. Give me 5 of those imaginary sets from, that ain't got nothing to do with none of these TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I do like the 3-in-1, but the 3-in-1, if you look at it, they're like real life things.
Yeah.
Like animals, okay,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But give me a 3-in-1 that comes up with characters that we haven't seen.
I'm gonna take you back, right? Because we're old school, we're seasoned. So I'm gonna take you back, right? In 98, it was a character that came about. His name was Johnny Thunder.
Right.
Johnny Thunder.
Yes.
Now Johnny Thunder was in a regular Lego Systems box, but he had a character. He was a character. Even now, you mentioned Johnny Thunder, people know Emmett from the Lego movie.
Yeah.
People know who Emmett is. My students, they go crazy over the Lego movie.
Yeah.
Why? He had that main character, Emmett.
Right.
So, when I was a kid growing up in the 90s and I had my Lego sets, M-Tron was my favorite line. I couldn't tell you what characters was in M-Tron, but guess what? We had these little robots, blackface and everything like that. Had these little robots, and they had these big giant robots, that stuff like that. That was the storytelling that I needed. That was the creativity that I needed. Didn't come from anywhere, didn't come from any movie. It was literally put in a little box and I put it together. Now, I could not tell you outside of dreams. When I look in the Lego store, all I see is license. Everything.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 80%, 85% of the things that are on the walls are licensed.
Yeah.
They're either Minecraft, you have Disney, you have Lord of the Rings, you have Star Wars, you have Technic. I don't see the creativity in the sense of homegrown.
Yeah.
Within Lego. So are we losing that?
I hope not, because it's very disappointing, especially if you got somebody like Dave Lettuce there. You got somebody like Boom. You got Aaron. You got all of the other Lego masters from different like countries that now work for Lego as designers. So you got this super think team, and you telling me not one of them can come up with a unique character that would sell, that would be blockbuster to these Marvel sets.
Yeah.
I think so. And I'm gonna say like I'm gonna just wait and watch, because maybe it just takes time for it to build up or them to come out with one, right?
Right. And I'm sure people are going to probably say, well, what about Ninjago? Now, Ninjago is a homegrown thing. You're absolutely right. Name another type of a Ninjago set that's out there that Lego has.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah. And that is that's not a problem, because at the end of the day, as a business, you want to gravitate people in. You already got us hooked. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. But you got the people who diehard Star Wars fan, diehard Lord of the Rings fan. They're gonna come in, they're gonna buy that Rivendell. They're gonna come in, they're gonna buy that Death Star.
Yeah.
And you want that. You want those people in. And all these new licensing that they're bringing in the anime, because they got you got your One Piece, and then you got Pokemon. So you want to get your anime people in.
It's paying the bills, man. It's paying the bills. That the licensing pays the bills. I get that.
It pays the bill.
But at the same time, for the challenge for the creator, we want you to create something to wow us, and that's a Brickmaster challenge. Create another theme Lego that's equivalent to a Ninjago, that's equivalent to your Dreams line. Create, give us something else. Other than the IP.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, when people get tired of IP, what's going to be the hook to bring them back, to keep them? That creativity is gone. Then what's next?
And that's true, because now they're getting pushed back from the Harry Potter stuff. So that's true.
Don't let Brick Shop Mattel. Don't let Mattel Brick Shop get at you. All right.
I think they're fumes, man. I haven't seen anything else after that. Let's see. I haven't even picked up. I haven't even picked up like the line yet. I haven't bought it, because it's like, and I said I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna see what's in it and stuff like that. They were already losing points because you got metal pieces in it, so like you were losing points from the jump, but
I mean, All right, so you know what? I'm just looking at something here. The last time they posted something was 5 days ago.
Okay, what they post?
They posted up. It looked like they posted up this 1962 Chevy. It's a truck. It looks pretty good. It's a custom truck.
Okay.
But they only got about 93 posts that they've done since they made that big announcement that they're coming in.
Yeah, they
I think
coming in and they're going out the door.
I think you're right.
Going out. It's a revolving door. It's one of those rotating doors. They in, they out.
They in and they out.
Right.
Oh boy. But Lego, we don't want y'all to go nowhere.
No.
We need some more creativity.
Yeah, give us some more creativity. That's the challenge, Lego. Lego, you always challenge everybody else. We are challenge you to create more. Mm-hmm. Leave the IP alone.
Yeah.
All right. Last one could be Brick Fun Facts. Did you know that the Goodwill, you go to Goodwill and actually discovering a tote of unwanted Lego and getting it for $2 from the Goodwill is a thing of the past now. This one this one sell that Goodwill did was that first off, they found somebody that knew something about Lego, and then they found this Lego Bionicle mask that was gold, and it sold for $18,000. I need you to do me something. Do me a favor real quick. We'll do it right now.
Yeah.
Look up Goodwill and tell me what does Goodwill do other than sell the stuff that you don't want.
Tell you right now. All right, let's see here. I'm looking on their official website.
Okay.
All right. It says right here, I think this is probably the mission statement, but it says your donations help people find life-changing opportunities and realize their dream. Every year, hundreds of thousands of individuals access training and career resources through Goodwill. Okay. When you donate, you help make this happen.
Okay.
It has about 2.1 million people that is helped, and you have about 140,000 people employed.
Okay.
So your donations it does a lot for Goodwill, because you're able to help people who don't have the resources to go in and get something from a department store, or go in and get something that the kids need.
Okay.
And you can get rid of stuff out of your basement, out of your garage.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to Goodwill.
You can.
But in this case, I think the game is being given up. Get the cat is out the bag.
So you read that, and that's good. So do you know anybody? I don't want to say name anybody. Do you know anybody that was helped by the Goodwill? One person.
Directly, like from them directly?
Yeah. Who's been the training? They said they provide training, right? So they provide on-the-job training. Do you know somebody that received that?
I don't.
Do you know somebody that received clothing from them?
Unless they went to the Goodwill to buy clothing, that's the only time.
That's my thing. Do you know somebody who I guess was homeless and needed a job, and they gave a job to, like, hey, look, you're homeless. Come on in here. We're gonna give you some clothes. We're gonna give you some bread to eat, and we're gonna give you a job and start you off right. Do you know somebody like that? I don't.
Not with the Goodwill. Salvation Army.
Yeah. Yep.
Not with
Girls Club, other people. Yeah, absolutely. Not Goodwill. So
okay.
I say that to say that I don't know. Honestly, look, I ain't shooting this corporation. I'm not. $18,000 for a Lego piece, because it's for the Lego community and the collectors that like that, right? But what does Goodwill do with $18,000? Now you got to think about it, right? So if you're running a Goodwill, you're taking in stuff that people don't no longer want, and you're making a profit off of, right? You got to pay whatever building that you're in, right? You got to pay your employees that come into work every day. So that's overhead stuff. Mm-hmm. Maybe you need to go buy a new truck, to transport some of the stuff that you take in. That's another thing, right?
Right.
But I don't see I don't see like the homeless being directly helped here. I haven't seen it. Like, and I can point out 4 different Goodwill stores. I can't. But my thing is, if I'm giving you something for free and you turn around and selling it, and I get it, you saying that you got these programs, but I don't see, like, go look on that website. Can you sign up for one of those programs?
Not that I can see. Not that I can see.
And maybe I'm wrong, but and I observed that. But like at this point, I think Goodwill has become awakened to Lego prices, and they are going to the bank with them. They're going to the bank with them. There's no longer you can get that bargain bin from Goodwill anymore, because if it comes in, they're finding the value of it, and you're gonna pay retail price.
So let me read a little bit from this particular story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, 2024, a 14-karat gold Bionicle mask was discovered in the Pennsylvania Goodwill donation bin.
Yes.
Nearly slipped by as a custom jewelry that they would put a price tag on for $14.95. That's what they thought it was.
Right.
So what they did, they listed it as a collectible.
Mm-hmm.
And when they did that, they had about a few bids. So they put this up for it to get bidded on.
Right.
And after 48 bids, it sold for $18,000, making it one of the most valuable Lego pieces that ever been auctioned. And the proceeds went to Goodwill's mission and to donors, and the donor remained a mystery. So it still went to their mission. So
what's their mission?
I just read it to you. Just read it to you. I mean, all right. So let's paint the picture. One of the employees just, I mean, you going through the Lego bin. Maybe the employee was going through it just because you never know what's in there. You want to make sure everything is safe. You don't want to sell this and there's a syringe or some weapons in it or some drugs. So you want to check all these things out. So you're going through, you see this little gold piece. You're like, oh, wow, this is really cool. Oh, man, this has some weight to it. I'm going to put a little price tag on it. Like, wait a minute, let me look it up online. Oh, this has some value. Let me put this up on the bed. Let's see what happens. And they probably didn't even think they'll get it for that much, but
yeah, of course not.
Someone paid that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, they said the money's going to go to their mission, and their mission is to try to help the people in need. Try to. I'm not an employee. I'm not
either, but I mean, like, if you got a mission statement on your national website, and you ain't got no links on, hey, look, I'm a homeless person. I'm at a public library. I'm down on my luck. I need some help. I go to Goodwill, and they ain't no link to put my name or how I can get the end or the benefits of your mission.
So, your donations help people find life-changing opportunities and realize their dreams.
All right. Is there a link with that? So how I can sign up for that? I need to realize my dream. I'm gonna sign up for the Goodwill.
Wait, there's a link. Hold on, I'm gonna click it right now. It says, "Hi, need any help?" Let me see what this takes me. Okay, yeah. This takes me to. I gotta do the whole message thing. I don't want to talk to no bots.
I gotta talk to a bot to get some help.
I gotta talk to a bot to get some help.
So it's on there. I can click a link to get some help.
Yeah, you get some help. You can get some help.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, Goodwill is a business. They're in the business to make money. This is a rare opportunity. Whoever got that, I'm pretty sure it was Duck Bricks. He ain't replied to my message, so I'm just gonna assume it was Duck Bricks who dropped $18K to get that Bionicle joint, because
he using them Lego Masters funds.
Hey, listen, you got to do what you got to do, man. He got about $50K out of that, man. So he good. He got that money. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is Goodwill. Got to make their money, man. They got to make their money. So that means they're gonna sell something and they get $18K for it, man. That's just what it is, man.
That's what it is. Yeah, but I do believe that the days of getting that bargain bin from Goodwill is a thing of the past at this point, because now they're
Yeah,
gonna check all Lego that come in there checking, because
oh
that's
yeah, they're gonna
probably
rummage
the
through
most
that.
valuable thing that they're gonna have. So
I think you're a little bit mad that they caught wind to this before you did.
yeah, I am just a little bit, I mean, if I got my hand on a gold plated, like, Bionicle mask, and that joint sell for 18 grand.
Mm. That's a whole season of Lego conventions.
Right.
Like, yo, you know what? I can take a break.
Yeah, you could take a whole daggone, you could take your summer off for 18 grand. You can lay your whole summer off.
Oh man. But you know what? Hey, more power to them.
Yeah, we'll try to do better next time.
Yes, sir. Tell me, man, what is happening, man? I saw you posted something. The fall is looking busy for you. You're gonna be all over the place, man. Where you going, man?
Man, like I thought I was gonna just, chill out and just,
Nah.
But it's ramping up. Like it's ramping up. It is. It's business is ramping up. So I am going to, where am I going? I'm going to Carolina first.
All right.
And that's the first weekend of October.
Okay.
They having like a county fair, so I'm going down there. And then I am going to Brick Fan Expo, which is in Nashville.
That's my joint.
I'll see you there. I'll see you there. I'm not going as a signed meet and greet dude. I'm going just a regular cat. I'm gonna be there hanging out with some A4 friends. That's it. I mean, that's you. They pay you. They pay you this for this meet and greets and all that. So I'm gonna let you work the joint. let you work the joint, and I might be in line heckling your tail. Like, I mean,
look, this Lego master right there is the Lego master right here who don't want to get on stage and talk to you people. He say he can't.
They don't want to pay for me. Nah.
I'll put you out there.
So I'm gonna do that. I got in November. I got 2 events. I got a Brick Fair Philly.
Okay.
Yeah. And then right after, I am hitting up. Tim reached out and do the Ultimate Brick Show. So I'm gonna do that.
Very cool.
Then I'm gonna finish off with the Ocean City Comic Con in December.
Nice. Yeah. So your fall is quite busy, man.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna chill, enjoy the holidays and stuff. I ain't mad. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun. Every event that I'm going to, I am going to be fun, and I'm going to have some fun.
Yeah, man. Show people how you have fun at a convention, man.
Yeah.
You leave with stuff, you come back home with the same stuff. You don't gotta wait for 6-7 months for your stuff to get back.
Right. Right. And my stuff was all broken up too. And I didn't even get some of my stuff, man. My stuff's still out there. He still got some of my stuff, man. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing about it, but I am gonna say something about it, because if we were done, all my stuff would have got sent to me. But like, I'm still missing my police station and my Infinity Gauntlet, man. That was in a box. I got everything else, but I didn't get that. Like, you know what I mean? And then my Avengers Tower is all busted up. Like, they took the daggone, the forklift and just ran my stuff in the back of the corner a little bit, my dad my Cafe 101 is all busted up. Like, I'm like, man, come on, man. You could do me better than that. You could do me much better than that. Don't do me like that.
You be kicking their backs in, man. You're like, oh, okay. Well, we're gonna give you back your stuff. You ain't tell us how you want your stuff back. We're gonna give you back your stuff though.
Right. Insane, man. But I'm a bad guy for mentioning it, so I don't want to be the bad guy for mentioning it. But I still got some stuff outstanding.
Well, you know what, man. My little adventures that I'm gonna be having this fall, man. If I come across any of your stuff, man, I'll get it for you, man. If I come across any of that.
All right.
We still doing stuff with Brick Fan Expo, so I will see you in Nashville. Before that, the week before that, I'm going to be in Orlando. So I'm back in Orlando for that weekend.
Okay.
Then I'll be in Nashville. And then then end of October, I'm going to be we mentioned it, I'm going to be at the Glow. I'm going to be at the Last Dragon convention. I'm going to be there. That's the last week in October. And then I got Greenville, South Carolina. I'm going to be there in the same weekend as Brick Fair. So I'm going to be out there. And then that's my last event officially. That's going to be my last event officially. So I might be done in the beginning of November. Then again, if something comes my way, I ain't gonna say no as long as it fit my schedule and we can make it work and the money looks right. I'm there.
We're there. Okay. Good deal, man. Good deal. Yeah, not bad, not bad. This is good end of the year, man. This year went by so fast, man. It did. It did. It did. You know.
It did.
But it's been fun, man. Like I said, we'll give it a go. We'll give Skaerbaek a go next year.
Next year.
Yeah,
you know,
we'll fly together, man. You know that way.
yeah,
When you know you get stranded, we get stranded together, bro. You know, it's a little scary going over there.
Listen, man, listen, I'm totally good for that, man. I'm fine with that, man. We can make it happen, man. We just got to make sure that until then that we don't get our names up on that wall. If our names are already up on that wall, like these people can't be in the place.
It might be.
Might be. If that's the case, then we're gonna make sure that we get that thing a little bigger.
It might be, bro. It might be. I don't know. We're gonna find out because yeah, I don't know. Maybe they feel like we got the plague or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but if we do got the plague, Skaerbaek, Denmark, we're gonna try to do better next time.
We'll do better next time. Good night, America. Lego, we love you.
We love you. Just let us in. Let us in.
Got it.